Hello, this is the recording for the first 420 assignment, Monte Carlo. So I have my template open here, but I need to download data for IBM. So let's open a browser, go to Yahoo Finance. I'm going to choose IBM as my stock, so IBM stock symbol. I want to go to historical data. Let's click on that. Let's go to time period here. Choose 5 years, and you see it goes now from 2012 to 2017, which is correct, so it's done. But now I have to click apply. You must click apply, and now I say download data. Okay, there it comes up. So opening up the data here, let me just double click this. Here it's actually starts 2012 goes up. I'd like to reverse this, so I'm going to, and in fact I don't want these two extra columns. Well, I'll leave them. So, but let's reverse this. Go to data, go to sort, choose sort by date, and then I want to reverse it. So I want to go from newest to oldest. Now I've got 217. So let me then copy this, downsize, go to my template, put it in the corner here and paste it. Now I don't need these two columns here, so let's take them out, and I've got this template set up so that I remove them. So let's delete them. Okay, this is now good. So I want to have the return under F. So this is what you have to have it looking like this, otherwise these formats don't quite work out. You'll have to adjust them if you keep those two extra columns. But let's go to the template now. What I've got here is, if you look at it, I'm calculating return, which is essentially P1 minus P0 divided by P0, your formula for return, which basically is this price minus that price divided by this price again. And this so gives me that it's a daily return. This is daily data, so this is a daily return. Now, let me go to the little square here, put my cross over the little square, and double click. When I double click over that little square, I filled the entire column. So going down, this is division by 0, so let me clear that. What I see here is I've actually got 1257 is my last row, so it's 1257, but I've got the first row here. So I've only got 1256 returns here. So in my next row, this is a random number generator. I'm going to pick between 1 and 1256 because I've got 1256 valid daily returns. So let me again double click on this. So I've filled that one. Now, and I've got the formulas to the side here, by the way. Let's next, using this random number generator, using the indirect function in Excel, it will actually pick, you see here the F in quotations and the G, so it concatenates those to form a value in the F column actually, and I increment it by 1 to get past the first row. So it's going to go from 2 to whatever number here, whatever. So I was going to add 1 to this number, and it's going to take one of these returns out of the F column. So let's double click that also. So basically, I'm using my numbers generated here to create a stock return, to randomly select a return. These numbers here that I've highlighted now come from the F column, except they're random here. They're completely random. They're picked out of the F column, but they're random now. Well, in my next one here, what I say here is, let's calculate price. And here I'm pointing to the very first opening, to the opening price here. Let's use open. And all of these have the same starting value here. But now I actually want to use this formula here. Once I've copy it, paste it. Now it's actually text, so I've got to take away the apostrophe here. So take out the first apostrophe. It now becomes an Excel formula here. And what I'm doing here actually is I'm actually taking this return, like in the H column, 1 plus the H column here. So I've got a 1 plus something return times previous price. I'm always multiplying by the price ahead of me. So so let me double click on this one to fill that. Now what I've got here is a random kind of walk using these returns here. So let me just, so is that valid? Let's see what we get. Let's go to the well, let's leave that for a moment and just look at these returns. Let's examine them using first of all, let's plot them. Let's go to insert, plot, and see what we get. So they look like white noise. So that doesn't tell us much about these. So let's go to data. And here we have data analysis tools. If you don't already have this on your computer, what you have to do, if you don't have data analysis already there, because I want to use the histogram, if you don't already have this, you've got to go to File, you've got to go to Options, you've got to go to Add-ins, and then you've got to go to Analysis Toolpack, and you have to say, OK. And you have to see this load up here. You have to, so one more time, it's Options, Add-ins, Analysis Toolpack, and this when you say OK, this should then appear. So now that it's appeared here, I've highlighted this column here. Let me go to Data Analysis. I want a histogram. I say OK. Now I need to enter two things. I need to enter my data range here. So let me take here all the way down. So once I've highlighted, I say enter. That gives me my my range, and I'll ignore the bid range, leave it blank. But I want to go to the output range here, and I want to put it here. So I say OK. All right. Okay. All right. One more time. So we enter that. And the one thing I didn't do is I didn't put a plot. I didn't choose the plot. So one more time. Data analysis, histogram, and I want chart output here, and now I say OK. All right, overlap it. Okay, so here. So expanding this now, what I see is essentially a normal curve. So our point is, this what looks like random data is not random. It follows an approximately normal curve. Although it looks random, it's not random. This plot here validates our use of this actual data picking randomly along this normal curve. It validates the fact that we are essentially following a normal distribution here. So now, but I want to do this multiple times. So here, for the second ones here, I'm actually going to use this formula here. Let's copy this formula here, paste it. And again, this is text. I have to go back and you have to remove this apostrophe to make it into an Excel mathematical formula here. And let me copy it all the way across. Well, actually, I don't want it. Actually, I don't want it in the last one. This is the average. Sorry. So I copy it into the next three, and now I'm going to. And I've actually, now you see the numbers are different. It's actually generating different random walks here. The last column here is the average. So I want to go across now. I want to take the average of all four prices. So let's plot these four by going to Insert, Chart, Plot. Let's move it to the side here. So these are the four here. And then let's plot separately just the average. So let's go to Insert, Plot, Plot. Okay, I'm not quite sure what happened there. Move that over, perhaps. Okay. I'll have to. I made a mistake. I should have put this. So let me put it here. Cut it and paste it. Let me go back to the average here. Click again on the square to fill. And now I'll say Insert. And put that underneath here. So now we have the four. So this is this actually gives the daily. So we can see here is this the average, and it's a much narrower range. Look at how wide this range is now. Narrow that is. So in essence, now this is the assignment here. This is the main Excel, and that basically there are some additional questions in the assignment, but this actually is the video for the assignment. And if you follow these instructions with the template using your own stock, and that completes the assignment.